named Eastern or Western. Which one is the best? I'm pleased to introduce my partners, Rigoberto, Wilmer, and Luisa, who will talk about each culture main characteristics. So, first of all, we're going to begin with Eastern culture, which is going to be told by Rigoberto. Thank you so much, Rigoberto, for joining us, and go ahead with your intervention.
Thanks, dear Juliana. Hi, partners. Thanks for the opportunity to participate. Talking about Enster culture, I can say that this culture makes emphasis on collective harmony and always in their communication, dealing to avoid conflicts and problems. Um, Using an assertive communication. Also, the most important for them is the family and the community union. The elder person for them is someone with much respect and knowledge, and is like that leader of young people, right? Is for this. That to engage into marriage in that culture only depends um, of elders' judgment. For example, they think for you about what is the most adequate for you, what is the most convenient for you, with the possibility of choose the person that you really want, that you really love. Um, the ethics are based on shame and honor. For example, if you do something that brings them shame, embarrassed, or shame, it is considered like something bad, wrong, is wrong. But if you do something that brings them glory, or are considered good actions, um, is something that is right, that is good. Besides about religion, good and goddesses are creators and providers of everything. Um, they believe critically in magic. The magic is associated with health, and like for each necessary, for each problem. Um, in that culture, the people have a special, a specific god for each necessary for to embrace their worshiping. In that culture, the women are weak and submissive. Uh, in many cases, they are forced to cover completely themselves, and also they are denied of education and another basic rights. Mm, and finally, in that culture, the people are so applicated. They always are hard working, um, with discipline, always focused on their objectives. The most important to note about this culture is the good conduct and good behavior through good communication or unaccepted communication. Thanks.
Okay, Rigoberto, thank you so much for your intervention. As we can see, there are a lot of differences between Eastern and Western cultures in order to talk about behavior and moral and ethics. Okay, so we're going to continue with Western culture, which is going to be told by Wilmer. Wilmer, thank you so much for joining us, and go ahead for going with your intervention, sir.
Regards, everyone. Thank you for your contribution. But I think the Western culture has made great contribution to society nowadays. The values, belief, tradition, and practice that have developed were thanks the Western countries, mainly those of Europe origin. Uh, while it is important to note that Western culture is diverse and involving, I mentioned here some general advantage and characteristics associated with the culture. The most important contribution, in my opinion, are scientific and technological advances. Western culture has made significant contribution to science, knowledge, discoveries, and innovation and fields such as medicine, engineering, and information technology and space exploration. And individuals, Western culture places a strong emphasis on individual rights, freedoms, and anatomy. In educational and critical thinking, Western culture values education and places emphasis on critical thinking. And then finally, under democracy, many Western countries have democracy system of government to promote citizen participation, equal rights, and the rule of law. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, now I want to ask some opinions. For example, Luisa, what do you think about the difference between Eastern and Western cultures?
Hello, nice to meet you. I tell about the Easter culture. Easter culture has a great advantage, which is the great development it has in technology. This is not only contributes to the economy, a fact that has made them world powers, such as the case of Japan, China, and South Korea, among other countries. But I also made everyday life easier for the entire world, as is the case with cell phones, computers, cars, televisions, among other creations the Eastern culture has given us. Mm, it has the most underdeveloped technologies, surpassing those of Western ones. On other hand, the growth up of the entertainment industry has grown exponentially. This being the case of series and music in general, that even now Westerns wants to take part in this industry. Science now has a very important place in the music and television list, obtain the first places in this. And for the end, they also occupy the first place in terms of makeup objects around the world. Juliana, what do you think about the two cultures?
Well, I have to say that both cultures have contributed substantially with great elements for human and world development. However, I think that Westerners have created or generated a big culture about participation from men and women. So the quality is very significant. Yeah, and that promotes a great civic and social participation from both sides. Um, I think Westerners have an more independent spirit, are more individuals, and have more skills like personal criteria, autonomous decision making, which are really important for interacting with other people. In Western culture, people have the capacity to or the ability to make their own decisions without maybe consulting to other people, which at least for me, it's really, really important for individual development. Um, as far as I'm concerned, I prefer to live in a Western culture. For example, I live in Colombia, in South America, and I think it's more. There is more freedom for have an individual and a free and strong personality. That's my point of view. So I don't know if you have another information or opinion from these subjects. No,
No,
everything's okay.
no.
Okay, that was our session for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for watching this video. See you in another English session, and bye-bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye.